I don't know if it's free, and I don't know if my phone could even handle live streaming out here. It took a lot to connect, but if it is free, then I think it's worth checking out. If it's not, I gotta get my money up, I guess. Get my money up. I think these are all the exits, though. I don't think you can enter through here. Look at this building, you guys. It's like it's still being worked on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, if it keeps disconnecting, I'm gonna call it a wrap on that. Save my battery. That's the line. Oh yeah, it's like a ticketed event. Fugly, how you doing? How you doing? You want to live vicariously through me? Right now, I'm vicariously lost. I got off the train and I was trying to live stream from my Insta 360 because I have this really cool chest rig I wanted to use, and I learned right away a functional flaw with the live streaming feature of the Insta 360 that no one's really talked about. I've never heard anyone talk about it, and it actually irritated me because in a lot of reviews for it, people mention it as a feature, but never really looked further into it beyond that. And now I see why. It's because it's stupid. You can live stream from the Insta 360. That's true. That's not a lie. But if you want to interact with your chat in any meaningful way, or even see, you can't do that. It is functionally a camera and nothing more, which is what you pay for. It makes sense. That's what it is. It's a camera. But over by a cab. There's no reason to be sad, dude. Basically, that's what I'm up to. I'm just making my way back downtown, walking at a meaningful pace. I think I'm in an area where my cellular network is dookie. That video is gonna come soon. I still gotta edit a lot of that. Now, it did come in handy for go karting, although I really wish I could have gotten. I should have gotten the suction cups, but I didn't know if they'd let us put them on the go karts. But we got there. That was in Chiba, actually. So we took a road trip out of Tokyo and into Chiba. Or is it Chiba? No. I forgot where it's at. Don't quote me on that. Wherever it was at, it was a harbor. And we got to go and ride the harbor carts. And the staff there, they were super chill. It was pretty dead, so we were almost certainly the only people there. But next year, and you get a little license that, and there's leaderboards, so it ranks your time. So the way their system works there is kind of funny. They have really fast, like stupid fast go karts, but they also have those automated ones that can limit how fast you go. So they base how fast you're allowed to go or what cars you're allowed to use off of your ability to drive. So if you are good when you do the trial run, if you get a good time, not only do you get a discount for the faster cars, but you get to use them So as long as you get above a C or higher, I think, right? There was a dude who was flying through there. He's big sad because he misses Japan. I tried to pack it up, but I got arrested for it, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm honestly, truthfully, about ready to head on home myself, and I'm not ready for the snow. Not ready for that, but I'm ready to edit. I want to finish my raps, my music, my equipment for so long. Be a form of uh, I don't know what you call that, homesickness. Probably the biggest factor there. If you can't buy anything, what are you gonna do? I gotta eat. I'm ready to go back. I kind of wanted to look at this Christmas market thing, but I'm kind of hesitant. I wanna spend the last of my money on food. I don't want to spend it on to get into a place to look at more stuff. Plus, I'm a holiday baby. My birthday's basically on Christmas, so I've seen enough of it. I've seen enough. I'm not missing. All right, now that we're reconnected, what did you? You know, I got to talk to a bunch of people who are super creative. They all have way bigger YouTube channels than me, and they're all living in a share house, which kind of blew my mind. You know, so like, in my opinion, right, the advice that was given to me, I won't say who, they asked me not to, but the advice that was given to me, do that. Because a share house, right, to give you an idea, the one I looked at, which I'll admit is not in Tokyo, mind you, but you can still train into Tokyo. In fact, honestly, I think Tokyo's overrated. I think you're better off being outside of Tokyo. That's my opinion. But it's outside of Tokyo, but still a trainable distance to Tokyo, right? It's only $400 a month in USD. And that's like everything but, I think that's all included. I think that's even your internet, because they all have like, as I keep disconnecting again and again and again. I don't know why those aren't a thing in America. Because like, you could, it's like it's just taking the concept of a dorm and making it an apartment. That's what it is. They're basically just dorms, but kind of slightly cooler. So me, I hate dorms. I don't like shared communal spaces because, as social as I may seem on streams, I'm actually not. When I'm like locked in, when I'm editing, I don't want to socialize. When I'm back at home and I got like a good snack or I'm watching a show, I don't want to socialize. I pretty much lock myself in my room almost 24/7. I'm not streaming, filming, or doing improv. There's a pretty simple place you can find me. It's in my room, minding my own business. But that environment, it felt a little bit different. It felt like you still had enough privacy, like you're in your own apartment, but the communal spaces seemed more fun, if that makes sense. Like they had you have a theater room, lounge, big old shared kitchen, bathrooms, a cigar lounge. What? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I could rock with something like that. I think for 400 a month, anyways. That's like 400 a month, and I think, don't quote me on this part, but I'm pretty sure that covered utilities as well. I mean, that's a great starting point to kind of get yourself figured out. And that's what was referred to me as the YouTuber starter meta, for somebody who's like starting from zero but just needs a home base. That's that's your 3 month trial period right there. Also, yes, I don't know. I think like that road trip out, the vibe was just so different that it made me realize why I keep saying like, yeah, Tokyo's worth seeing. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of fun stuff to do here, but honestly, your money goes a longer way outside of. And also, it was just different vibe. Mind you, we were all dressed as Santa Claus, so and in a car that plays Jingle Bells. So I'm not saying that like this is a normal experience by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, Kamakura, yep. Different vibe. It's I don't know. I feel like Tokyo, fun to visit, but those places, that's where like if I had the budget to set up roots, that's where I would do it. But no, like I learned a lot. I think this trip was a very interesting one because I feel like this time I'm leaving with a little bit more confidence, meeting so many creative people who are making it work, not just making it work, but making a living off of what they're doing in places where they started from zero. If they can do that, then it makes me feel like why can't I? You know? Like even where I'm at currently, why can't I? So I'm kind of going back. Like that's why I'm like I'm ready to get back and ready to just lock in and just get to it. You know. And you guys know I'm always coming up with goofy video ideas. I'm always streaming. I'm always doing something. Yet my consistency is kind of all over the place, and that's just normal. I'm human. You know. I'm not gonna pretend that my life's perfect and my emotions and all that stuff is figured out and in check. I have ups and downs. I have days where I don't want to do nothing, you know. But this time feels a little bit different. I feel like I have been over these past months creatively kind of on an uptick, you know. I feel like I found a flow that works for me. I feel like I have kind of been on a comfortable, steady upward tick in terms of growth. So this was more like a reassurance, like, yeah, no, you got to keep doing it. Like all these YouTube gurus and people telling you all these tricks and things you have to do to upload. My biggest takeaway from the people I've spoken to, who, again, way bigger channels than me, way bigger. You know what they're doing? None of that. They're just uploading. That's it. Upload, be willing to pivot, try new things, be social, be genuine, and be sure that what you're uploading you're happy with. So, really, that's why I feel pretty good. Damn right, says Break Meadow. Well, I was a billionaire, I would pick Ajua Island, but that's not realistic. What would you think? I keep switching hands because my hands are cold. The pros and cons of living on an island. I want so bad to go back and show you the sign that I was looking at, but it's like there's a couple sitting in the chair right in front of the door, and I don't want them to think I'm recording them. But when I tell you, it was the most smug-looking baby illustration I've ever seen in my life. It was. Transportation on and off. Biggest pro is the natural beauty. I feel like it takes some serious brass balls to want to live on an island in Japan, simply because of the sheer amount of natural disasters I would I would shit my pants at a near thunderstorm. I guess my fear is like I wouldn't want to be stuck. I wouldn't want to be stuck. But I do want to see that place because it does sound very beautiful. On the flip side, though, I like the idea of being someplace so remote, right? That like you just have a space to yourself. Yeah, no, it's an island in an island, but like imagine that island just like experiences all of them. Like certain regions of the globe are prone to like one or two. No, Japan just has all of them. Like it's centrally located in a place on where all of those things happen. So it's like I was talking about, like if you're looking at real estate, people who are looking at prospective real estate, and I feel like this year they're gonna have to add bears to that map of hazards now, which is unfortunate. Also Godzilla, yeah. I was very curious about what's Godzilla's relevance to Shinjuku. The more I think about, because these past couple of days, we found ourselves goofing around. We found ourselves goofing around Shinjuku. And it just kind of reinforced how much I don't like it. Let me rephrase that. A section of it. Not all of it. But a small makes my skin crawl. I like how it won't let me view the message that's held for review. It just warns me about it. Wow. Now it's like another moderator handling it. The whole thing is just screwed up. That's so funny. This is why I don't like about YouTube. I like YouTube, right? I like that it keeps the new features. But it wants to be its own moderator. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes it just really gets it wrong. And sometimes you don't have a say in it. Like you can't fix it. You can't turn it off. So it's like a pro and a con. I would say if you don't moderate it or don't want moderators, YouTube's great because it's gonna do it for you. It's gonna take your moderators' jobs. But if you have moderators, what's the shame in relinquishing a little bit? I want to find a place that's still open, that will give me something nice to eat. I'm hungry, and here's what I want. As crazy as it sounds, the last thing I want to do is eat sushi. Because I feel like I didn't do that enough. I'm sufficiently satisfied with my ramen intake, but not so much the sushi. But yeah, going back to videos, I'm very excited because there's so much stuff that's being recorded, and I'm excited to share. And as soon as I get back, it's just going to be uploads. But a couple of them, I will say hold off a little bit because there's a couple of things I realize kind of lend itself well to a song I was working on. And so I would like very much to use that footage in a music video. So be on the lookout for that as well. But honestly, I want to eat the bris. I miss the bris stand. That's where. Okay, look. You said that if you had like all the money in the world, you would live on Anjou Island. I would basically just like have an apartment behind brisk stand if I had like an infinite budget. That's where I would be because then I would just eat there every day. Back home, it would be in Ichiban. If I had an Ichiban steakhouse, but they're starting to. I kind of don't want to go back there anymore, but you guys already know why. So that dream is gone. That dream is dead now. Never going back. Can't go back. Sorry. If my homeboy Naoto is free tonight, there's a chance when he gets off of work that we could have one more final hoorah. But I'm thinking the chances of that are maybe a little bit slim. But if so, then I can stream some more goofy shenanigans around town. But really, the only other thing that's left that was on like my bucket list of things I wanted to see, just because it was hyped up to me, was Yami Land. I feel like this is the first time I've come to Japan and left not riding a roller coaster. I don't think I got to ride well, no, we did. It was at Joyopolis, however you want to pronounce it. So technically I did get to ride a roller coaster, so I'm happy. Just not Bandit. Bandit was put on my radar, and it's one of the biggest coasters in Japan. There's another theme park that's like the equivalent of Cedar Point, but I watched somebody vlog in that park. Where I am, I'm in Shinjuku. So all that shit talking. The reason I don't like Shinjuku is because I don't like the towels. And that's so, like I said, it's that one area. It's really just that one area. So like, to me, really drunk. Why are you going there? What is this? Hold on a second. Reconnecting like crazy. I think I found a place that sells candied sweet potatoes. I don't know if they're open though. They definitely look like they sell candied sweet potatoes. They're sold out of them right now. It says sold out on the thing. Oh man, I'll have to come back here. The first year I ever went to Japan, it was in Kyoto, that there was a stand selling those in a little cup. And they were so good. I think that's like something that's a snack that's like lived in my brain rent free for a long time because it's seasonal. So they only make it, as far as I know, like around November into December. Yo, TKR. What's up? What's happening? Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry this isn't the most interesting one, but this is more of a retrospective one. I wanted to just kind of spill my thoughts, my brain. I think I wanted to stream just the same. When I get back home, expect like a lull for a second, right? Expect like a couple of days of radio silence, and then like a bunch of stuff just hitting my channel one after another because I just, one, I'm excited to hit 6K. We are so close to 6K subs, by the way, and that is a milestone that's been a long time coming. But I do want to. There's like one YouTuber goal, right? As superficial as it sounds, I would like to at least achieve a silver play button. I don't even want gold, just silver. And I know that 6K is a long, far cry away from that, but it makes it a little less long, you know? Honestly, in the future, I really do believe that subscription count won't even matter on YouTube. It already doesn't matter. But for now, that's my selfish wish. My birthday is a few days away. That's my birthday wish. 6K subs. That's my birthday wish. And then right after my birthday, everyone can subscribe and it can drop back down to 5K. It's okay. Let me feel cool for like a day. But let me earn it too. Like, I want people to genuinely like what I'm uploading. I don't want to just ask, hey, subscribe. And don't watch my stuff. You like cooking videos? Yeah. Subscribe to me. Yeah, I would never do that. But I want to explore music more. I'm gonna. I don't wanna. I'm gonna. And I will find a creative way to tie in adventure content as well. Content as well into it. I know I still have Dude Sushi, and I keep saying I'm too stubborn to let that channel die because I spent a lot of money on the branding for it. Maybe I'll find a fun way to incorporate some of that there as well. Although I have started on some projects on Dude Sushi. They're just half finished. They're not done. And I keep getting distracted, and it keeps taking longer. The channel's not hopping, so there's really no urgency. Like, nobody's watching what's already on there adamantly for me to feel rushed. And it's not me blaming anybody. This is how I feel. You just said that with no context, my guy. You said that with no context. I don't know what could you add something to that? Like, Japanese people... What? Y'all, look at this motorcycle. This is my kind of shop. Biker jackets. You got cool jackets and hats. That's my vibe. If it's a cool jacket, by the way, thanks for the 1 like on this stream. That's how you know we're balling. 1 like, that's pretty good. I don't know if you know this, but that's pretty high, actually. What's higher than that? Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna need to use my GPS because I don't want to just wander into a place I don't want to be. So, thank you for watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out. If you're a VOD watcher, welcome. If you make it to this point, the secret word is eggplant emoji. Just type that in the chat if you made it that far into the stream. That's a VOD watcher. And I'll leave a voice note. You can leave voice comments now on YouTube. That's definitely not going to get abused at all. Anyways, that's it. That's the stream. I'm going to find something to eat. See ya.